Well, it's time to separate the sauce from the juice. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
Brett,
Sandy?
Crawford Homestead. Got a little short tip, I guess, or a short little procedure to make things easier.
Well, we are continuing on with a video we started where we took our tomatoes and he blanched them in some hot boiling water, peeled them, peeled all the skin off, cut all the bad junk off of it, cut it up, put it in the blender, blended it up, and put it down in this pot, and put this pot in the refrigerator because we couldn't get it all done at one time. But there's also another reason
There's
why.
another reason behind that, but
Yeah.
this pot is, you can't hardly tell because it's sitting in the sink. That's about 5 gallons of pureed tomato, liquefied, however you want to call it. So we've got about 5 gallons there. That's a 23-quart pot, and it's up almost to the handles. So yeah, that's quite a bit there. That's good. I mean, it's the only second big harvest. We got more harvest going, and you're going to get lots of your favorite spaghetti sauce.
It almost looks like paste.
Yeah, it's basically real close. Sauce and paste is real close.
So we're making spaghetti sauce with this group because I love spaghetti. And we have already went through all our spaghetti sauce we made last year. So what's our first step?
Well, we've got to separate the juice and what we're going to make sauce out of. And the key behind it, you was talking about setting in the refrigerator. Once you puree the tomatoes, liquefy, however you want to call it, and you let it set for a while, which we put it in the refrigerator to keep anything from getting in it, keep it from spoiling, because tomatoes, this is raw, by the way, we hadn't cooked in any way. It's raw tomato juice, basically. Puree, I mean, it's got everything in it.
It just comes from the blender into this pot.
You can let it set for a few hours, and that's part of the magic.
Ooh.
But putting it in the refrigerator even helps more, because it makes it, the solids come to the top better. Everything has a certain amount of gravity to it, a certain amount of density, and water is one of your heaviest fluids. So the water goes down into the bottom, your solids float to the top, and your seeds being solid, they go to the very bottom. So this is actually your sauce down to a certain level, and it's your watery part of your tomato, and then the seeds in the bottom.
Huh. There's a few that got trapped on top.
There's a few that gets trapped. But the way I get it out is, well, my favorite spoon, you know.
Oh yes, that's his favorite spoon. He uses it a lot. Need to get you another.
If we ever find them again, we're going to get 4 or 5 of them, I know. But you just real gently
Ooh,
take the
that's
sauce
thick.
off the top. Let me demonstrate here. You can tell it's sauce. There's nothing dripping. There's no watery mess coming out the bottom. It is just pure solids, basically, of the tomato.
I guess that's what they call the meat of the tomato.
Oh, this is Jet Star and Jet Setter tomatoes and Mule Team tomatoes, which are slicer tomatoes. It's not your paste tomatoes. I grow slicer tomatoes because we can use them for a little bit of everything. I'm going to dig this off. We're probably going to speed the camera up here. Let this thing fly because nobody wants to watch me digging this. We'll show you the results at the end. Oops, here. I'm starting to get...
It's taking a few scoops. It's taking a few minutes to get down here, but I'm starting to see a little liquid underneath all this. That's about, what, 3-4 inches down in this pot now?
Mm-hmm.
You can see him put it over. That's that.
The pot we're filling up is, if it was full, the top holds about 6 quarts. But you can't cook that way, so...
Well,
I said this is all uncooked. We're going to have to cook it. It's good because we add our seasoning, we add our onions and our peppers and our garlic. And
by cutting it up and putting it in a blender, you kind of can keep an eye on what's good, what's bad. If a tomato had a bad spot or something, you'd see it.
several tomatoes I've cut open and have real dark or black stuff on the inside of it where insect or something had got in it. Didn't leave a large enough hole to tell that was in it, but
Getting to the liquid. And you can start telling there's some liquid now because it's starting to drip a little. Now this is going to make some real good spaghetti sauce. Pasta sauce, whatever you want to call it. We use it in lasagna and noodles. I like cooking macaroni noodles and putting ground beef and spaghetti sauce in it. Almost like spaghetti, but it gives it a little texture difference.
We get quite a bit here.
I was going to say your pot's getting full.
It's a good thing. And you can see the difference in color in the liquid when I do that, but we're getting down to the... It's harder to get it out. Ain't much left.
No. That's good because the pot's getting full.
One big piece of mater that...
I'll say that one didn't puree too good.
That didn't grind.
Here, let me get you a bowl. Put that in. Here you go. That one did not go with the blender too good. But it's okay.
Looks like we got good 5.5 quarts anyway. Which that's going to cook down. But you're going to add onions and pepper and it'll build it back up some. So we'll I'll get close to 5 quarts again like we did last time. Our video of our first harvest we got 4.5 quarts of spaghetti sauce. 6.5 quarts of tomato juice, which looks like we're going to be pretty close this time. By the time that cooks down, they probably won't be, it's going to cut it in half by cooking it down. This won't reduce by that much, but it's already thick. I mean, it's all it needs is
heating up good.
All it needs is heating and cooking. You got to cook it. Cook the onions and peppers, of course, where they're soft, and get all your seasonings in it right, and it'll be canning time.
Alrighty.
But that's our way of making sauce. We separate the sauce and the juice through a cold process, not a heated process, and we actually get to see what's in the tomatoes. We actually get to cut out the bad parts and the cores and take the skin off. But now we got to do something with this. Well, we got our pots out. I just had to take a second to get the pots out from under the cabinet and find my strainer. What's left is the juice. Of course, the seeds is in the bottom. We're just going to strain it. I can heave this thing up here. What I was wanting to show is the seeds at the bottom. That's the part I like about this. Majority of your seeds will be in the bottom of the pot.
I was going to say, your pot's full.
It's full of pulp right now. Strainer's getting stopped up. Yeah, we'll have to go to that other pot, keep the strainer out of it. There's the seeds.
Ooh.
We saved a lot of seeds from getting in there. And the strainer will help several in it too. That's a good size pot.
Lots of seeds sitting on the side there.
That's what's going to be in this. It's going to be majority seeds. You know, you see them coming to the top. It stops the screen up.
Lots of seeds.
That's how you keep the seeds out of your sauce and out of your juice. There'll be a few. There's always a few that sneaks through little seeds or some that was stuck in the pulp. That's how we separate sauce and our juice and our seeds. That is our way of doing it, or the way I do it. We got half a pot here, most of a pot, and a full pot.
Now what to do?
Well, they're ready to be cooked.
Time to
Then
cook.
turn it into whatever you want to turn it into. That could be, tomato sauce. It could be spaghetti sauce. It could be salsa, succotash. You name it. Whatever you need thick tomato sauce for. Of course, this can be cooked down and made into several different things other than tomato juice. Which we're thinking about making succotash out of this. If I can cook it down.
Sounds not bad.
That's our way of doing things. Thought I'd just share that and might help somebody. Y'all have a good week. God bless.